When you hear that music, it can only mean one thing.
Yeah.
He is a Hall of Famer. He is an 8-time All-Star, World Series champion, NL MVP, Major League batting champion, and he's also had his numbers lifted into the rafters over at the Atlanta Braves Stadium. He is the one, the other, Chipper Jones. Good morning, big fella. How you doing, man?
Still wiping the cobwebs out, man. It's kind of early for me over here.
I haven't pushed it back for you. I haven't pushed it back.
We over here bracing for this ice storm about to hit us coming up pretty soon. So it's kind of nerve wracking this weekend, but we're gonna be all right.
Did you didn't go? Please tell me you didn't go to the store and try to buy up all the toilet paper and all the milk and bread? Because I know you've been hunting, so I know you got plenty of deer meat.
Yeah, the freezer's full. We definitely got the freezer full. I can tell you that. But now all the soccer moms, they got all the stuff before I could get it. Before I could get there and get it.
Man, how, you know my wife?
I live amongst a bunch of them, Mark. I live amongst a bunch of them.
Hey, man, let's get into it because the news came out this week that two of the best center fielders in the game got their name called to go into the hallowed halls of Cooperstown. One of them happens to be one of your best teammates. I've heard you talk about him glowingly, but what did it mean to you to finally hear Andruw Jones' name called to be in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I teared up a little bit, man. It was we've been beating on this drum for a long time, trying to get Drew into the Hall. When you talk about voters talk about you got to have a 10-year period of dominance, and I think his 10-year peak was about as good as anybody's. When you talk about 10 straight Gold Gloves during that same period, I think he was averaging 34, 35 homers a year, right around 100 RBIs a year. But the fact of the matter is that all the guys that are the best defenders at their position, those guys are in the Hall of Fame. You think about Ozzie Smith, you think about Mike Schmidt, you think about Willie Mays, if you want to throw him in there in center field. Those guys are all Johnny Bench. You throw Johnny Bench in there. Those guys are all in the Hall of Fame, and you cannot deny the fact that Andruw Jones is, if he's not the best, he's probably one of the 2 or 3 best to ever play the position of center field. Me personally, I think he's the best, but I'm a little biased. I got to watch it every single day, so the fact that it took 9 years for him to get in is a bit of an injustice. He should have been in, a while ago, but he's in nonetheless, and we don't have to talk about it anymore.
Speaking of injustices, Harges, he's kind of turned his heart away from this voting process is because they won't let Barry Bonds in. But like, what is the deal with the voters and guys like Andruw and Bond? Well, Bonds is different. He's in that scandal area, but there are a bunch of guys that are deserving and don't get the shot. Why is that?
Yeah, there's a bit of a hypocrisy going on, I believe, with the voters. If you were to sit here and make me put my hand on the Bible and ask me if there's somebody in the Hall of Fame already that's possibly done steroids, I think I would have to say yes. There are people that are in that have done it. If that's the case, then obviously, 2 of the best players that ever played the game, certainly best players of my era in Bonds and Clemens, probably deserve, more than anybody to be in. There's a bit of a cloud over Carlos Beltrán, with the trash can banging and all that stuff in Houston, and him being one of the ringleaders of that. Look, everybody got some kind of skeleton in their closet. in their past and whatnot. We ain't choir boys, running up in there, to the Hall of Fame. We're really good baseball players, but it's not the it's not the Hall of Fame of being good people. I don't know. I think at some point, you know, those guys have fallen off the ballot. I'm part of the era committee, so I'll get a chance to vote on them, in the coming years, to get them into the Hall of Fame. But they still need 75%. But fortunately for them, it's 75% of 16 people. It's not 75% of 425 voters that, apparently, 1 year they might vote one way, 1 year they might vote the other. It just depends on what kind of mood they're in, I guess.
That's crazy.
It is. It is. We're talking to Hall of Famer Chipper Jones as he welcomes one of his good buddies, Andruw Jones, part of the Jones boys, that law firm that are now in the Hall of Fame. I saw you make a post about Cooperstown may not be ready for y'all to come in and throw that party. And I've been around you, Chipper. I know you like to get down. So I can imagine how much fun y'all are going to have at that ceremony.
Is it invitation only is what I want to know.
It's exclusivity.
Well, I can promise you this. Drew's there's not gonna be much Blue Label left in upstate New York this summer. I can promise you that with Andrew going up there.
Me and Harge might have to jump on the G5.
Y'all, I'll see what I can do to get y'all an invite. We'll see
Man, pull the strings, brother.
Chip, I wanted to ask you this too, because you mentioned Carlos Beltrán. I got a chance to play against him when he was in the minor leagues. He was on his way up, and you could just see the ability. And he's one of few, including yourself, switch hitting players that have now made it into the Hall of Fame. What made him so special? He too was a great player in the outfield, stole bases, clutch in the prime time, but it took him a while too, but now he's in there. So now we get a chance to talk about his career as well.
Yeah, five-star guy, man. He could do it all. There's only been maybe 4 or 5, I think, switch hitters that have hit 400 plus homers. So he joins that club with myself and Mantle, Murray, and maybe Mark Teixeira. I think
that's a flex right there.
5. Yeah. So he could hit the ball out of the ballpark, but the stolen bases, doing it at a high percentage, phenomenal base runner. If you hit a ball in the center field that had a little bit of a hump in it, those 2 guys that just went into the Hall of Fame, you were out. They were going to go get it. So just a phenomenal player. He was one of those guys that, like you saw in the playoffs a couple times during his career, he ups his level of play, when the rubber meets the road in the playoffs, and had a couple of phenomenal series throughout the years. Certainly didn't want to see him coming up with the game on the line, because there's one thing to be a really good player, but it's another thing to have that clutch gene, and he certainly had that clutch gene. He was a phenomenal player, and certainly the numbers say he should have been in the Hall of Fame a long time ago.
Yeah, those numbers do not lie. I wanted to talk about this too, because I was watching the Lee Corso story the other day, and you made an appearance in there, because I did not know that you were on College GameDay as a guest picker, and you had your Florida Gator jersey on. And I was like, wait a minute, is that Chipper? I had no idea that you were on College GameDay making the picks. How was your picks that weekend, bro?
Yeah, it was I don't remember, to be honest with you. It could have been very good. I know whenever they show the all-time greats, guys going like 9-1 or 8-2. I didn't see my name up there. So I can remember. All I remember is it was the first week of the season, I believe,
Yep.
because I want to say Virginia Tech might have been kicking off against Alabama, in that Peach
It
Bowl
was
Classic,
that.
you know, right there. And
Yep.
and I know one of the things that I said right off the bat was with Beamer going against Alabama, watch out for a special teams splash play. You know, like somebody going to kick return it, somebody going to punt return it, somebody going to block a punt. Sure enough, man, there was a block punt right off the get and turned the game. But yeah, that was a lot of fun, man. Getting up there and man, wearing my Florida Gator jersey in Atlanta. You gotta have some balls to do that, cuz. Oh man, it was so much fun. Man. All the Georgia fans were just killing me. It was awesome.
Yeah, I was sitting there and I had to go back. I was like, wait a minute, that's Chipper up there with Lee Corso and the guys, man. As always, man, we appreciate you, brother. Thank you for getting up. Congratulations to your homie, Andruw Jones.
Yeah.
And I know that it's an exciting time. And as you said, I know you shed a tear for him because you know the work that he's put in and he's well deserved of it. So appreciate you, brother. Thanks
Going
for
back to bed, bro.
My pleasure, fellas. Love y'all. Be good.
Appreciate it. There he is.
Our
Chipper
guy.
Jones making the things happen. Right there. That's good stuff right there. When I saw him on game day, I was like, wait a minute.
In Georgia?
Yeah, wearing a Florida Gator jersey.
Wow. Boy, did he have security? We didn't even ask him, did he have security?
You know he has security.
Living dangerously.
Yeah.
Coming up next, we're going to talk to our girl, Ann Parker Coleman. Texas men and women have big games, and we're going to get the latest from her right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.